Today, I'm going to rank every version of Seth Rollins. We've got the Shield Rollins from 2012 to 2014, the Authority Rollins from 2014 through 2015, the Return Rollins from 2016, the Kingslayer from 2017, the Champion from 2018 through 2019, the Monday Night Messiah from 2020 through 2021, the Drip God from 2021 through 2022, and the Visionary from 2022 all the way up until now. With all that being said, we've got a lot of Seth Rollins to talk about, so let's get right onto the video with my least favorite version of Seth Rollins. In 2017, Seth Rollins didn't really achieve anything, which is why this is on the bottom of my list. Just a few months prior to this year, he turned into a babyface, and the first major feud that he had was against his former mentor, Triple H. Don't get me wrong, the rivalry between those two was certainly fun, but I feel like that was the only highlight of the year for Seth Rollins in 2017. After defeating him at WrestleMania 33, Seth Rollins would call himself the Kingslayer, and his next major program was with Bray Wyatt, and that was not entertaining at all to me. The Shield reunited, which was kind of cool, and this version of Seth Rollins isn't bad, but it's also not game-changing at all. Therefore, it deserves this spot on this video. Another lackluster version of Seth Rollins comes from 2016. I don't really know what to call it, so I've gone ahead and call it the Return Rollins because, well, he returned that year. In 2015, Seth Rollins suffered a severe ACL injury that kept him out of action for 9 months. Seth Rollins returned at Extreme Rules to pedigree Roman Reigns and make a statement. The return was epic. The crowd exploded. I was personally there, which is why I might like this version of Rollins more than 2017. But anyways, he just spiced up things for the WWE. Seth Rollins also won the WWE title the next pay-per-view when he defeated Roman Reigns at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Things were looking promising for this version of Seth Rollins until 2 minutes later when Dean Ambrose cashed in his Money in the Bank contract and beat him for the title. The rest of 2016 consisted of losing matches to the likes of Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, and Chris Jericho. The WWE could have done a lot more with him in this year, but instead they used their time to build up other stars, and so Seth Rollins unfortunately didn't do too much. In late 2019, Seth Rollins turned on the audience, claiming they turned on him for years and he had enough. And so we got a breath of fresh air of Seth Rollins, and I was really excited for this gimmick. The Authors of Pain and Buddy Murphy eventually joined his faction, and throughout this time, he named himself the Monday Night Messiah as he led these young wrestlers to success. Seth Rollins became delusional and viewed himself as the prophecy. It was genius storytelling, and when things were really spicing up and intensifying, the pandemic killed all of that momentum. And then Seth Rollins got into a 9-month feud with Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic. While it was still somewhat fun, it never truly recovered from the change in the TV product due to the pandemic. It's a shame, and I wonder how things would have turned out, but regardless though, I think this is when Rollins really understood how to master his character and those kind of skills, and we still see many of the things from this Seth Rollins era in 2023. From the years of 2018 through 2019, Seth Rollins won the Raw Tag Team Championships 3 times, the IC title 2 times, and the Universal Championship 2 times, as well as a babyface. These 2 years was Rollins showing up to work and legitimately just cooking up some bangers and bangers for the WWE Universe. From his classic matches with Brock Lesnar to the bangers with The Miz and Finn Balor, this was a really special time in his career, or at least when it comes to the in-ring work. When it came to his character, he was kind of just himself, and there really wasn't a character. And for me, character is the most important thing. Therefore, this version doesn't rank too high, despite the great matches that he did deliver. To some, they value wrestling more, and I understand why you would rank this Rollins higher, but for me, I don't. But at the end of the day, it's still the most successful time of his career. Seth Rollins was winning championship gold left and right, which is something that he struggles with the current day. Hopefully that changes. After Buddy Murphy left him and he was all alone, Seth Rollins sacrificed himself at the Survivor Series pay-per-view in 2020, and he returned with a fresh look, wearing some of the most bizarre outfits during his promos, calling himself the Drip God. This was a fun time to watch Seth Rollins because he was the most egotistical wrestler on the roster, laughing away like a maniac. It led to some hilarious segments and top-notch programs. The feud with Cesaro was really good stuff. Even better was the dream feud with Edge. We've wanted to see that for so long, and I'm glad we got the chance to see it. This man went to Edge's house and drank his orange juice while sitting on his chair with his feet all the way on the table like the Drip God was a menace. And then we got that match with Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble, and that was a lot of fun too. And who could forget him showing up to that fight with the Shield's attire? Drip God was also the trolling god, which is why I love him. Seth Rollins slightly tweaked his character in 2022. The emphasis on talking about his drip came to an end, and he started to call himself the Visionary while the fans were singing along with his entrance theme song. This version of Seth Rollins took all the great things from the prior characters, from the Monday Night Messiah, from the Drip God, and he took all the best things from that and made an ultimate version of Seth Rollins, which is why the Visionary ranks high on this list. And he also had some really great feuds during this time as well. The biggest rivalry was with Cody Rhodes. That trilogy is goated. It might have been the best feud of his career as well as Cody Rhodes. After that, he got into a really good program with Matt Riddle. That feud felt real, and the matches were great as well. Then he got into a love triangle for the US title with Lashley and Theory, which was also fun. And it's looking like his next opponent is going to be Logan Paul. You already know that match is going to slap. This version of Seth Rollins has become a massive success, and WWE even turned him into a babyface. It's the first time he's a good guy with an actual character, and I think it's going to develop into something really special. Seth Rollins is going to reach a level that he's never been on before, and it's time to make him the true face of the company. The second best character on this list is Seth Rollins from his time with the Shield. Around this time, I was still in my early years of high school, my friends were still watching, and we really didn't have anything serious to worry about other than watching some wrestling. Because of all of that, this version of Seth Rollins holds a special place in my heart. From the day when they made their debut, he became my favorite because of his style of wrestling. I even remember when I used to wrestle with my friends, I would always mimic his moves. That is how much of a fan I was of his, and my wrestling name was even Tyler Black. I stole Tyler Black from Seth Rollins. Everything from his attire to his moveset and even the blonde streak in his hair made this version of Seth Rollins one of the best. And my favorite version of Seth Rollins has to be when he turned heel and stabbed his brothers in the back with a chair to join forces with Triple H and the Authority. Seth Rollins was labeled as the future of WWE and even won the WWE Championship during this time, which was really great. His promos were on fire, his matches were spectacular, and the storyline with Triple H was the best storyline of his career. I really believe that he was the greatest wrestler in the world of the year of 2015. This is just the best Seth Rollins we've seen, in my opinion. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your favorite Seth Rollins in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.